Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Today we're diving into a story that has been making waves both in Cleveland and across the NFL universe. It's a story that could have huge implications for the Browns' future, especially as they gear up for what promises to be an intense season. And no, I'm not just talking about the on-field battles or the roster moves. We're talking about a situation involving one of their young quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders, and some off-the-field incidents that have caught the attention of the Browns' management, including their owner himself. This isn't just a minor blip, it's a story that touches on discipline, maturity, and the kind of leadership that will be crucial if Cleveland wants to make another deep playoff run. So, let's get right into it. Shedeur Sanders, the fifth-round pick in this year's NFL Draft, has been making headlines, but not always for the reasons you'd hope. If you've been following the Browns' off-season coverage, you already know Sanders is eager to prove himself. He's been very vocal about his focus, about how he's laser-focused on his role as the Browns' quarterback, and how he's determined to earn his spot on the team and contribute to Cleveland's success. But as much as he's been trying to make a good impression, the reality is that off-the-field incidents have raised some serious questions. Now, let's talk specifics. Sanders has reportedly been pulled over twice for speeding, and both times, he was going well over the limit. The first time, he was clocked at around 100 miles per hour. The second time, he was caught driving at 101 mph in a 60 mph zone. Those are not just small infractions. They're dangerous, reckless behaviors that could have serious consequences, not just for Sanders himself but for others on the road. And the Browns, as a professional organization, are taking these incidents very seriously, especially given the spotlight that comes with being a rookie in the NFL, and more specifically, being a quarterback. The Browns' general manager, Andrew Berry, didn't hold back when discussing these incidents during a recent training camp. If you've been following the team's camp coverage, you know that Berry is known for his straightforwardness, but this time he was even more direct. He described Sanders' behavior as not smart, emphasizing that these kinds of off-field decisions are something the team has addressed directly with him. Berry made it clear that Sanders understands the implications and the consequences, but it's not just about understanding, actions have to follow words. And that's where the Browns are watching closely, because they want to see if Sanders is capable of learning from these mistakes and maturing into the player and leader Cleveland needs him to be. But here's the thing, Sanders himself has spoken out about the incidents. He's publicly said that he's learned his lesson and that he won't be driving fast anymore. In fact, he told reporters that he has made a conscious decision to follow the rules from now on, especially after paying fines and court fees that totaled over $500. He's admitted that he's not driving as much and is trying to be more responsible. Sanders even said, "Yeah, I definitely learned not to drive fast at all," and expressed hope that others can learn from his mistakes as well. It's a positive sign, sure, but the question remains, will this be enough? Will the Browns see real growth in Sanders, or are these incidents just the beginning of a pattern that could threaten his spot on the team? And that's what makes this story so compelling. Cleveland, as a franchise, has always valued discipline, leadership, and accountability. Remember, this isn't just about a young player making a mistake. It's about how he responds, how he learns, and whether he can grow into the kind of quarterback that the Browns can count on both on and off the field. As a team that's been knocking on the door of playoff success for years, Cleveland can't afford distractions or immature behavior if they want to take that next step and contend seriously for the Super Bowl. Now, what's interesting is that Sanders isn't the only quarterback in this draft class making headlines. He's one of only two quarterbacks the Browns selected this year, the other being Oregon's Dillon Gabriel. But while Gabriel has been relatively quiet, Sanders' off-the-field issues have overshadowed his on-field potential. And that's a shame because, when you look at his talent, It's clear that Sanders has the arm strength, mobility, and football IQ that could make him a valuable asset for Cleveland if he can keep his focus and stay out of trouble. The Browns' coaching staff and management are undoubtedly watching him closely, eager to see how he responds to adversity and whether he can mature into the leader the team needs. Let's not forget, this isn't only about this season. The Browns have been building something special. They've got a solid defense, a talented roster, and a coaching staff that's been working tirelessly to develop their young talent. But leadership, discipline, and maturity are what turn good teams into great ones. And in this regard, Sanders' journey could be pivotal. If he manages to learn from his mistakes, grow up quickly, and focus solely on football, he could become a key player not only for Cleveland's immediate future, but also for their long-term success. The organization's stance is clear. They want to see growth. They want players who can handle the pressures of the NFL, both on and off the field. And honestly, this situation with Sanders is a test for him, an opportunity to demonstrate that he's more than just a talented young quarterback with a big arm. It's about showing maturity, accountability, and resilience. The Browns' front office and coaching staff are counting on that, and the fans are watching with anticipation, hoping that this story turns out positively. As we look ahead to the season, it's important to remember that these incidents, while concerning, are just part of a bigger picture. The Browns are a team on the rise, and they're determined to build a culture of professionalism and accountability. Sanders' off-the-field issues are a reminder that talent alone isn't enough. It's about character, attitude, and the ability to handle the pressures of playing in the NFL. And if Sanders can take this experience and turn it into motivation, he might just become one of the key players in Cleveland's quest for their first Super Bowl appearance in decades. Now, I want to highlight that the Browns, coaching staff, and management are fully aware of the challenges that come with developing young players. They've been through this before, and they know that patience and guidance are essential. They're giving Sanders a chance to prove himself, but the message is clear. No one is above the team's standards, not even a promising rookie with a bright future. The organization's focus is on building a winning culture, one that emphasizes responsibility and discipline, because that's what separates good teams from great ones. And let's be real, this story isn't just about Sanders. It's about the broader lessons for every player in Cleveland's locker room. They see what's happening, and it's a reminder that every decision matters. It's a message that even the most talented players need to stay grounded, stay disciplined, and be responsible both on and off the field. The Browns' leadership is committed to helping their players grow, not just as athletes but as individuals. That's what makes this story so compelling and so relevant for fans who want to see their team succeed. In the end, it all comes down to growth, accountability, and resilience. If Sanders can learn from these incidents, if he can demonstrate maturity and focus, he could become a vital piece of Cleveland's puzzle. If not, the team might have to make tough decisions. But right now, the focus is on development and on giving him the opportunity to turn things around. The Browns are not just building a team for this season, they're laying the foundation for a future where discipline and character are at the core. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Do you believe Sanders has what it takes to bounce back and grow into the quarterback Cleveland needs? Or do you think these incidents could spell trouble down the line? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, analysis, and breaking news from the Browns and the NFL. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Browns. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.